A very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all on frequency. This is ZA6YI operating from near Johannesburg in KG33 X-Ray Hotel, which is a little place called Verenigen. Very happy to have everybody on frequency. I wasn't sure that I would make it today. We were at a military fair down at a place called Sandstone near the Maluti Mountains, or shall we call it well, it was called the Maluti Military Fair. It was a lovely time. We went down with the helicopter, and on the way back we got young Leslie to fly the thing. He did very well. We were quite surprised, though. We really handled it quite well, except for the landing and takeoff, of course. Anyway, I suppose next week I might have something about it. There were a lot of amateurs there. We had the Sasolburg Radio Club, and they represented amateur radio at the fair, and it was really, really successful. They were also present on QO-100 on narrowband, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful feast. There's no doubt about that. So also want to thank them for coming down and assisting with the fair. That was really very nice of them. Okay, I also just want to take the opportunity of thanking the Qatar Satellite Company for allowing us the opportunity to be on their satellite with our amateur satellite, which was designed by AMSAT DL. We also have AMSAT UK and, of course, the BATC to thank for all their efforts to make this a very viable and possible amateur radio experience for many people. And so today might not be a very big net. It hasn't been for a while, but I think it could be the timing that's we find a bit difficulty in the UK. But anyway, we continue regardless. Ed, I just made it with about an hour or two time. We decided to fly out earlier because we weren't sure on the weather. It looked like bad weather, and it turned out to be a fantastic day. So I really thought we would be coming home into thunder showers and so forth, but it didn't happen. So I was able to get home in time and come up. Yeah, we have 6 people on the YouTube channel at the moment. Welcome to them. I don't know, this is probably all the old guys that normally come up. Right, let's just see who's on the actual net today. Let me bring that up. And I'm sure the audio will be okay this time. It'll just be nice if the screen comes on. Wouldn't that be beautiful? But let's find it. Why isn't it coming up? It was working. There we go. It's a bit delayed. Okay. But my screen doesn't show. Anyway, no, it's gone off again. I'm just going to try it again, fellas. So we have PY2 Radio November. Ed to follow. Thanks for standing in today, Ed. And luckily, as I said, I made it. Hello to Benno, a Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray. The little bit I heard, your audio is nice. I hope it's you got that sorted out. And hello to Peter, GW7BZY. So those are the only guys we have on at the present moment. But maybe other fellows will come up. We'll keep an eye on the screen and to see who might be on. Yeah, so without further ado, I think I'll pass it to you, Ed. Papa Yankee 2 Radio November, to please take it from ZA6 Yankee India. From ZA6 Yankee India.
Introducing the Ham Radio Lego playset. Snap on the front panel and tune the working meter. Build it, broadcast it, and talk to friends up to 50 feet away. Whether you're inside or out, you can connect in.
Yeah. Always the issue with the OBS confusing software, man. Sorry about that. Hi, Gary. Glad to see you here. You make it, and so you could enjoy, first the military show that have been, and also joining us here on the Worldwide DATV Net. Greetings, everyone, from Papa Yankee 2 Radio November. Great image from you, Gary. Yeah, I just usually just put autopilot there when nobody step up to control the net. Actually, but very glad that you made it, and could enjoy also the military show, and I'm sure that your grandson love it. Yeah, hopefully maybe next week you can show us some images from there. I see there is on the list. By the way, I'm streaming exceptionally. I'm streaming also to Facebook because since you wouldn't be here at the first notice, Gary, I just prepared everything to stream to YouTube, and usually when I do that, I simultaneously I stream to Facebook. And I didn't do it for YouTube because you are doing already, and I just start streaming to Facebook. So maybe we have some viewers from Facebook, which I say hello and greetings as well. Hello to Beno, Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray, and to Peter, Golf Whiskey 7 Bravo Zulu Yankee. Short, not too many participants today, but good quality. That matters. Nothing. The activities for this week, nothing much. The Alex, the quadruple Alex that I made, I showed to you guys last Sunday, if you remember. I have installed it. I'm trying to find some pictures, but to show you where we put that one. That was in that one was in WebSDR from Papa Yankee 2 Golf November. He runs a huge WebSDR, several bands, several frequencies, and we installed there. And at the I got good results because the first antenna he had there, he's about 140 kilometers far from me. 140 kilometers far from me. The first antenna he was using, I couldn't hear myself. Nothing, was zero. At least last night I was able to hear my signal. Very weak. But actually, it doesn't matter the intensity of the signal. What matters is that I hear something, because this way you can test antennas and all this stuff, which is great. I had some problems with my 1.2 gigahertz system, which is a Pluto. I had some problems yesterday with the relay board, so I'm just fixing it and try to keep testing. So here I'm gonna show you some pictures. That's me. It's not a good position, but anyways, yeah, that's where the antenna has been installed. He has a container with all the equipments are inside, and that's William, Papa Yankee 2 Golf November, installing the antenna there. So yeah, it's promising. You see that he's handling the helix, the pseudo omnidirectional helix, and that's about it. So just to to give some news about that antenna that I've assembled here. All right then. That said, I'm gonna pass. I think it's to Benno from the Netherlands. Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-ray. Sent to you, Benno, from Papa Yankee 2 Radio November on the Sundays Worldwide DATV Net. Back to you, Benno.
Yeah, thanks, Ed. A little bit my picture. Yeah, there I am. Yeah, well, thanks. Yeah, great that you have done that. I think it's great to have some kind of possibilities to test your equipment. And look at that. I just look outside and I see it snowing, which was expected. I should show you guys that, but my cameras are not. I don't have a camera on here in my hand that I can show, but it just started to snow here in the Netherlands. Well, at least at my address, my house. Yeah, it's great to have the opportunity of a test of a stable test site that you can test your equipment. Well, actually, I did exactly that this morning because I have worked over the last few days. Well, I'm working already some weeks on it on a new mast. And last week I had a 6 meters antenna on it there. Testing it, but yeah, lately, yesterday I changed it. Can I show that? I should be able to show that. Let's see. There it is. This I put inside on top of the mast, well, which is a bearing for getting rid of a little bit drag to the rotor itself, and a nice H frame which I put on there. I mounted that yesterday, and that looks like this at the moment, where you can see 2 meters 70 centimeters next to each other. And above that 23 and 13 centimeters and just a ground plane for 270 and 23 centimeters vertical. So a bit well, less obvious, but this is all my antennas at the moment. I had some of them already on top of my that small roof on the left front, which was just looking over my house, but now it's clear of the house and it's pointing north at the moment. The dish obviously pointing south, and the long wire just in front of it. So that's my current situation, and I was yesterday quickly I tested it with a local repeater, which is about 15-20 kilometers from me. On the previous antenna, I just looked over the roof of my house to the repeater, which is a little bit southwest of my house, and I managed to see the repeater on digital quite good, but on the analog it was very bad. B2, B3, despite being 25 watts transmitted at 20 kilometers from me. Where's my face cam? So yeah, I needed to give my signal. I needed to improve that, and now I have a steady B5 picture and even 23 dB on the narrowband on the digital part, which is a great signal. And on I could use it with about 5-6 watts on 23 and about 1 watt on 70. Now I can use it with about 50 milliwatts on 70 centimeters and about 300 milliwatts on 23, and I have great signals already at the local repeater. Well, this is my what I tested so far, and this morning I tested with another ham who's probably watching now, Dion. Hi. He should come on the World Wide Web, on the World Wide Net, but I still trying to persuade him. Hi. Anyway, we tested it on 70 centimeters, and we had really great signals over 50 kilometers between us. But on 23 centimeters, we still had a big problem. On 2 meters, the antenna also worked nicely. So yeah, this gives me a little bit more possibilities for the terrestrial part, where there are so many stations in a circle of 100 kilometers, which I should be able to work occasionally. So and now at least I have a decent rotor with a decent needle pointing north and south as I want. And there is also my biggest question. Like many rotors, they are pointing north in the middle and south on the edges. And I actually rotated the rotor this way that my middle point is going south, and that is because of most of the time I'm pointing towards the repeater, which is southwest of me, and other stations southeast of me, and I'm pointing mostly south. So I don't want to rotate every time from the southwest part over the north to the southeast part. So I changed that, and obviously my dial is now not correct. So I'm thinking about redrawing my dial, or does anyone know a simple solution like rotating the dial and it's already on the back? But it's a Yaesu, so one of those famous rotators, which are very common. So I'm not sure if anyone knows that idea, if there's a simple solution for that. So let's just see. Let's see this. Yeah, that's it. Just to give you an idea how the rotor at the moment looks like. It's actually this rotor which I am currently using, and yeah, rotating that dial would be perfect, where the middle part is south, and then I can have the right angle. So either I have to draw it myself and stick some sticker over it, or if there's a simple solution, if anyone knows that. Well, that's a long story. Passing it on to my friend Peter from Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo. Sorry, I'm in the middle of trying to get my face back there. BZY. Good picture as always, Peter, from Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo X-ray. And do I have a test image somewhere along the line? I have.
DW7BZY, yeah. DW7BZY, yeah. Just adjusting his image. Can't be letting the side down. That's about right. Light changes. I've got a bit of sun occasionally at the back here. I'm sorry, you've got snow there in Holland. Sorry, Netherlands. I can't call it Holland anymore. All good, yeah. What have I been doing here? I'll comment on Gary's helicopter trip. Fantastic, Gary. Living the life, eh? Yeah. Sounds fantastic. What have I been doing? I've still been playing with my encoder, and I think I've got it all down now. A lot of the things I was trying to do doesn't work with DATV Red, so that's why I haven't got the noise reduction going as I thought I had, but I didn't, and the sharpening isn't active either. So now I'm thinking of how to use FFmpeg and put it in between vMix and DATV Easy, because DATV Easy has an IP input as DATV Express did. There might well be a way of doing it with DATV Red, but I think I'll pass on that for now and see if I can get a little widget in FFmpeg that can add DNR, 3D DNR, and some unsharpened mask. Do I need DNR? Not really. The camera apparently is about 59 signal noise ratio 59 dB, which isn't outstanding. Broadcast camera would do probably 60, 64 maybe with the top range, but it's certainly a lot less than domestic sort of cameras, webcams and stuff like that. And obviously you don't want to encode noise, because noise is not encodable really, it just swallows data without any benefit. So the less noise you have, the better. So I put my blur on my face, my digital makeup on. This is after the digital makeup, but the hair you see there is quite sharp. It's a pretty what's his name there in your part of the world? Gary isn't on. Not Gary, your mate, whose name I've forgotten now. Who likes a bit of sharpness in the video, so I've worked a bit on the sharpness. I put the sharp crisping up on the camera, not too far hopefully. That's about what I've been doing for the last month or so with dribs and drabs. Learned a lot about bash and video and FFmpeg. AI is no danger, I don't think. Anything I've tried to do just from AI hasn't worked, and there's nothing seems to suggest really works. So I think coders are quite safe for the moment anyhow. What else? Yeah, FBX, all good, everything's good. I think I like your aerial. That is fantastic. I don't think I'd get away with it here. I don't think that, one, the planning wouldn't let me have it, and two, the trousers, the wife wouldn't let me do it. I am thinking about, as I was looking at that antenna, I was thinking, what am I going to do? Because I've got the GB3TM, which is our local television repeater, which is apparently I say that because it's been 10 years in the making. It's going to come back on the air, although it hasn't been off for 10 years. It's been off for a year or so now. If any of us who are in the locality are still alive, because they're getting older, I might put I'll put my 77, I think it's about a 40 element 77 beam, a Wimro antenna. I'll put it up and on a mast. And I was wondering what I should do for a mast. So I'm thinking, I have a scaffold pole in a bit of concrete for the dish that's on there at the back of the building between the embankment and my property. And maybe if I stick a bit of another pole up, a 20-foot pole with a clamp and a bit sticking out, which can be affixed to the embankment, another one fixed to a concrete pad behind the mast, at another, like a tripod effect. I think that would probably do it. And I can get a decent height on my antenna. So as you were talking about it, I thought, I think I've just come up with an idea for mine, rather than bolting it to the building. Is what I've done previously. I've got my dish up there now. It's a bit cluttered, and it would be away from the building and not so offensive to the wife, which is obviously the main thing. I couldn't put a long wire along the straight fence at the back of the garden. It's on an embankment, so it's quite high up to us, our side. But I ran it on along there on a few sticks, about another 2 feet above the fence line. It was only a thin wire, one of them military antennas, the green carbon fibre cord wire, and she didn't like it. She made me pull it down. So anyway, with that, I'm going to hand it round to Gary. Excellent picture from Gary there, very nice indeed. Far superior blur in the background, Gary. I'm quite jealous, but otherwise, I made an effort with the blur. I know, and I've put some lines, some bars top and bottom to make it more cinematic for those Gen Zers who may be watching. And I was saying that your grandson was able to fly the helicopter. I'm sure it's quite a thing. Anyway, with that, I'm going to go for a test card. Note the pop-up GW7BZ live next time.
Okay, Peter, I just want to see that the thing locks. Okay, very nice indeed. Good signal, as usual. Nice video. And yes, it's going to be a while before Leon comes back. He's working. He should be retired. It's about the third time in the last year that they've retired him. But he will be back in due course. I think he said the end of November or middle December. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I took the blur away. It's just on the camera. I changed the f-stop on the camera. So I thought, well, let me get some detail in on the back. And the detail doesn't look too bad, actually, if I look at it. And my packet, null packets is just about fine. I can see the meter on the watt meter, although I'm not using it. It's relatively clean, and I've got a very fine blocked shirt on, which is a pest when it comes to cameras, because there's a lot of detail actually in that fine block. It's not just a normal monochromatic, one color, one system shirt. Anyway, I just want to say hi to Peter Rudolph, as usual, on frequency DK3 Zulu Fox. Hello, Peter. Nice to have you on. And then also to Stuart, ZR1 Whiskey Tango. Good to have you on, Stuart, and I hope you're well. And then, of course, Nigel, Mike 9, November Tango Romeo. Very nice to have you on. And then there's Frick, ZR6 Foxtrot Zulu. And he says hi to all. He's watching on YouTube. And then Charlie Pretorius, I don't think he's got a... Yeah, he has a call sign, of course. ZS6 Charlie Romeo. So quite a few ZS's on today, I'm very happy to announce. So it's good. I don't know if my sync is perfect. I've been messing around with it. No, my sync on YouTube is wrong. And it's my fault. But some stations come up very well. So I don't know where the error is, but sometime this week, if I get a bit of time, I'll try and correct that. So apologies to the YouTube watchers. My sync is out. Right. To come back to you, Ed, yeah, those antennas are very handy. We had a guy up in Johannesburg, with an antenna like that, and then SDR receivers, so you could always tune in. But sometimes they're a bit far, they're out of ground wave and they sort of into skip zone already, so it's not really wise to tune in an antenna unless you're going to do 2 meters, but on shortwave. It's better to have a guy in the UK or wherever, like your chap in Papa Yankee 2 land. It might be better to use his SDR setup and then tune your antennas. I have done that in the past, and you can play around, and if it's relatively short, delays, then no problem whatsoever. Benno, yeah, that was a good picture. And my goodness, snowing. Oh, well, we don't have much of that in my area, but it does snow where we flew to over the weekend. It was a really, really nice fair, but I'll try and compile a bit of a video for next week. And it was great fun. And I had a friend of mine, he was the head of our Air Force at one stage, and also our Secretary of Defense, General Piers Steyn. He was with us, and it was nice to see other generals come up to him and virtually salute. They didn't have any attire on, but when they recognized him, man, they were happy to see him there. Very good guy indeed. I think there were 13 different generals. I think one was a very good friend of mine, old Ian Fordred. His father was a radio amateur, ZS6B&E, and then he changed his call sign to ZS6 Alpha. But unfortunately, Brian passed away some years back. But it was nice having Ian, and he had a new ham. Bladderwill didn't remember his name, but he's got Brian's late father's original call sign, ZS6B&E. But I had to laugh at Ian. He says, "Oh, let me go and inspect the antennas." Now, he's a general, but he was in my class. I taught him. I said, "Oh, okay, Ian, let's see if you can remember what you learned." And I must say, the Sasolburg Radio Club guys, man, they got this thing slick. Everything was vertical, proper, nicely tuned in. And there was no negative comment, except he didn't like the fact that they were using an RG58 type of coax in thickness. Meantime, it's a low loss stuff. So he says, no, he's got some low loss cable for us. He's got a roll of it, so I'm going to get it from Ian for the Sasolburg Radio Club. I think he said it's a roll of about, 100 foot or so on, 30 meters or so. And that's real low loss, this LMR 400, I think he said he had. So, and I think it's the flexible one. So who needs that for HF? We don't care. If we can get some, why not? But it was good fun. And I had to laugh at little Leslie yesterday. Now, his auntie happens to also be his teacher, one of his teachers at school. So she sent, because he was flying around in a, thank you for that. That came from Peter. But his auntie happens to be a school teacher as well in one of the classes she gives. And he was flying around in a Tiger Moth late yesterday evening. For about half an hour, Leslie was just a passenger, but he was right in front. And he loved it. They were following a train and all down the rivers, etc. And so I sent that clip to his teacher stroke auntie. And she came back and said, when she was a lot younger, she flew a Tiger Moth. So I told Leslie that. And immediately, lightning quick, he said, "Oh, was that during World War I?" I laughed at that. Anyway, it was good fun, and we enjoyed it. And actually, Leslie, just after takeoff, we went through a few mountains, which is a bit bumpy, and then he took over, and he flew like a bomb. And I can tell you that's the only positive thing I can see or say about video gaming. He got that thing on the dot, on the GPS, and he's flying instruments, but also looking outside. He was very good. We were quite impressed. The first time he's actually been allowed to touch the controls, so that was good. Anyway, let's go for one more round, and then we call it a day. Back to you, Ed, and thanks for the Facebook link. I'm sure it's going to come out okay. Just trying to see, I moved around so that we can get some detail at the back, but it seems okay. So I hope the video and audio is not too bad. Papa Yankee 2, Radio November 2, please take it from ZS6YI.
to enable the microphone. Zulu Sierra 6 YI QA2RN coming back. Was great transmission. Gary, no issues, at least for me, with the audio or image. It's perfect. Very nice image, by the way. I echo what Peter said. It's really nice. You have a great camera there, and the background image is also very nice. Interesting fact about Leslie. Very funny, yeah. That's something he remembered, and yeah, it's very interesting. And we never pick up what. Yeah, that's why we should be careful with the children, with the young guys. You know, sometimes they pick up something, and they will remember that for life. About the coax cables, yeah, that's a big challenge to get low loss coax cable which is flexible. Yeah, it's been very difficult. Mainly nowadays that I'm testing, you know, trying to test higher frequencies from 1.2 to 0.4, 3.4. Yeah, it's always a challenge to get a good cable with low loss and to be flexible enough, because if you use like that antenna that I showed to you guys, it's omnidirectional, it's fine because you fix the cable and that's it. Can use like hardline and there is no problem. But if you use you know, rotators, that's another history, and you need to be very careful with the cables. Yeah. The antenna is, yeah, it's working. I mean, at least it's an option. I mean, you know, the usual antennas that people use is vertical antennas for this type of application, which is, you know, the Comet ones, GP98, GP21 in case of the 23 centimeters. But those are quite expensive to get here, very, very expensive. And you know, homemade antennas also for these higher bands. It's not so simple. I mean, Helix is a good solution because it's so easy to assemble and adjust. And that was, you know, maybe not the best solution, but it's a very feasible, and it's working fine, not a problem. Beno, nice to see your antennas there. I see, is there two VHF antennas? On the top, you mentioned that there are UHF, I mean, 430 megahertz, and the other one, I mean, are they working, the VHF antenna, are they working in a phased manner? I mean, they are, or they are split. Each antenna is for each band. I'm not sure about that. But very nice assembly, the H-frame and everything, very, very well done, Beno. Regarding the rotator, yeah, maybe we can swap, because I have here an Yaesu rotator, actually it's a it's that one that has azimuth and elevation, G5500, G5500, yeah, it has azimuth and elevation. And the azimuth one, I bought this rotator in the US, and it came, and the middle is in the south. And usually here we use all the rotators, you know, when it's parked, it always parked to the north. But exceptionally, I don't know, well, maybe US in the north, you know, they send me this, which is parked in the south. And yeah, maybe we can swap because I need one that is parked on the north. I saw some long time ago. I saw on the internet some templates that you can print out for the meter, for the rotator meter. You can print out instead of south, it's showing north or vice versa. You can print and you know, replace in the rotator. But I really don't have no idea where I saw it. Some guy just published it, but at that time I thought that very interesting, but I didn't save it. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you very much for the QSO here on the net. Very nice to meet you guys. Peter, QSO about the encoders and everything there. Your image is always great. So nothing to worry about. Thank you very much for the QSO. I wish you guys all the best for the upcoming week, and hope to see you next week. And who knows, 73 to all. So back to the Netherlands. Papa Alpha 3, Fox Bravo X-Ray from Papa Yankee 2, Radio November, and the Worldwide Net.
Sorry guys, it took a little bit longer, but I have a camera which was a little bit struggling because my USB cable of this camera is a little bit too long. But I wanted to show you the outside picture of my window at the moment, which is basically this, live here in the Netherlands. Yeah, fun. A little bit snow on my big dish. So this is my my view of the room at the moment. And while I am show you this, well, let me go first to a different camera, otherwise you get seasick. There it is. Then I'm going to grab that camera because I want to show you something else, and I'm not sure if that came over. Well, I was pointed to it by someone else here. I missed it somehow. And let's see if my camera still works with the long USB cable. Well, you probably recognize the Open Tuner, which is the local, well, the Tom's great job. But this is a modified version. I'm not capable in showing you that. But a German guy, DL1 RF, modified several bits and pieces, and you can see it now shows the strength of the signal, and apparently my signal is not locked. Yeah, it's locked now. It should give me some picture here. It's loading nothing. That's fun. It's always the demonstration part. It doesn't work that way. Nothing locked here, no pictures, but despite so many signals. Well, it was just a moment ago, but probably my PC is a little bit over-asked. On the bottom there's the terrestrial part, and on the top the QO-100 part. So there is a DL1 Romeo Fox version 0.c.2 build available on GitHub. If anyone wants a link of that. Obviously, we miss Tom's experience, and well, we didn't had an update over the last few year or so, I would say. So we miss Ohan's updates on the DATV Red. It works, but there are small bits and pieces which don't work. And obviously we need to talk to Owen about that. And same goes with Tom. The open tuner is great, but there are so many small pieces which could be improved, and we need Tom for that. But now apparently a German guy was taking care of some pieces, and there is another branch of open tuner, which is nice, I would say. A little bit updating, because a lot of updates, well, a lot of software are already a year old. So that's what I wanted to show you, and besides commenting on, helicopter rides, I don't think so here in the Netherlands. It's crowded as it is, but so actually there is a helicopter place, private place, only 200 meters from my house, which has a local guy has a helicopter and made a small airport behind his house. But that's pretty unique, I would say. Okay, for the meter, I think Mike is also commenting on that. Some rotators have N dial on the north and south dial on the other side. Yeah, I think I'm going to take it apart and going to check if there's something on the back side of this rotor dial, because that is the simplest way. And I was thinking that I saw south dials before, and you're actually telling me the same thing, Ed. So probably, maybe rotate the dial, and that's the only thing to do. I will do that, and if you can find the template of printing out a new dial, you give me a heads up. And if I find anything on the back of my dial, I will give you a heads up. I'm not going to send my dial up to Brazil because I think it takes a long time, and yeah, maybe it never arrives. Hi. And I need to dial some kind. Okay, 73 is all. Peter, great picture, and yeah, my cameras and probably my eyes are not good enough to see all the differences you make on your picture. It's good, and the quality communication is there, and that's what I think is the most important. Peter, microphone on to you. The frequency is all yours. From Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo X-ray, off and clear. 73s, guys. Have a great week, and see you probably somewhere next week. Bye bye.
GW7BZY. Yeah, I'm in. Having a look at all the things. Encoder is encoding. Spot on live going out. How's my... Where am I? What are you saying me? I've got 12% buffer here. 12% null packets, but it seems to be a bit of a moving feast. That 1 minute's working fine, and other times it's not quite so good. So I don't know if I take much notice of that, to tell you the truth. There we go. I've been working hard on getting that to go down, and if you fiddle too far, if you're using DATV Red, it'll start buffering up, and then you've got a queue, and you don't really want a big queue. There we go. Yes, I'm sure most of the things I've done are imperceptible to anyone, including me. But I have been fiddling with it, and considering it's 3/3/3/4, I think it looks pretty good, very acceptable. I could squeeze a bit more if I could get some noise reduction going, some temporal noise reduction going, and that's what I'm trying for. So I will work on that as time goes by. I might make a little software program with the help of AI, which is so far been complete failure. It does not work. Anything it suggests, I put it in and into FFmpeg either through PowerShell or CMD, and it doesn't work. It just rejects it. So, like I said before, I think programmers are very safe. Ohan would be the man to speak to. See whether or not he can add some extra commands into the DATV Red. That would be brilliant. But there we are. I think all good. Good to see everybody. I won't probably be on next weekend, will I? Yes, I will. Another weekend. I went down the motorcycle show. I don't know if I mentioned that. I know Gary had this bit of his helicopter trip. It wasn't quite as exciting as that. I went in the car and drove down and got lost naturally on the motorway. My mate who said he knew his way around like the back of his hand, and we got lost. But our sat nav didn't really save us. But we got there eventually, and it was good to go to the NEC, National Exhibition Centre down in Birmingham. So that's in the middle of the country there, Gary. And yes, Leon. Yeah, how could I forget his name? Leon. He's the man. I was hoping he'd be on so you could see the strands of my hair. That's what I've done all his work for, to please Leon, really. And I've done away with all my audio processing, except for the one in vMix, which, see, the wife's going late. See her mother. Yeah, I've got some kind of processing within vMix, and it's a compressor. It's set at 10 dB and -10 and 10:1 compression, which is the standard, I believe, and that works really well. So if you shout, it doesn't over deviate, which we aren't deviating, are we? But there we are. Or you can speak really quietly, and it all seems to work very nicely. So yes, excellent. Thanks for the remarks. Thanks for everybody letting me in, and to you there, Gary, for taking control. And I hand it back to you from GW7BZY in getting dark North Wales, which has actually been quite sunny today. We've had those snow, we've had rain amongst rain, but and a little bit of cold weather now, and a bit of frost over the last couple of days. But I'm not expecting much of a winter. Well, certainly no more than usual. I'm hoping for the global warming to kick in, and we can leave the heating off. That would be the best that could happen, but unfortunately I'm not convinced by that either. With that, I hand it round to Gary with a test card. Are we going to fade? Going to fade.
Okay, Peter. Let me just see if I'm locking. There we go. No, very good. All good, all good. And thanks, Mike. You say the sync on the normal through the satellite's okay, so it's definitely on my other laptop where I'm picking up the ride. But it's funny, I get some stations sync is perfect and others not. So I'll have to look at that. But now I've got a wonderful surprise to hear from Paul. Gee whiz, Paul, we haven't heard from you a while. And I'm so pleased that you're back. At home at least, Ocean Echo 8 Papa Charlie Kilo. That's our dear friend Paul. He's been in hospital, as everyone knows, and we were holding thumbs. Things are coming up, and looks like you're back at home. So greetings, Paul, and welcome aboard. And I certainly hope you go from strength to strength. It was always nice having you on the net, man. That makes a week. Okay, with that, I'm going to close the net. And sometimes Mike's quite right. I had one of those rotators as well, and never ever used it. It was still in the box, and then some guy really wanted one, and my son had just passed away, so I wasn't that worried about keeping it and going satellite. So I sold it to him at below cost just to help the guy. And I do believe, though, that if you open the dial, you can turn the thing around, and you've got the southern hemisphere one. So have a look at that, Ed, and maybe that sorts it out. And nice antenna rotator arrangement you've made there, Benno. And also lovely picture on the snow. I can't say I envy you, because I don't like the snow. Yes, I tell you, one year we spent Christmas at my wife's gran in the UK, in Scotland, and it snowed. And they were all excited, because it doesn't seem to snow much, a white Christmas thing, but they certainly gave us a white Christmas, and how they did. But I don't think that was so nice, when it starts to melt, it's a pain. But I suppose you get used to your surroundings, don't you? Yeah, today's a beautiful, beautiful blue sky, and not much wind. And we flew up early this morning, because all predictions said we're going to have thunderstorms in my part of the world, and I'd like to fly when that's happening. But no, it was great. Right, gentlemen and ladies, whoever's watching, we want to say no problem there, Paul. It's good to see you back on. Now, soon you must get back in the shack and tune up the cobwebs there, and let's get to see you again. That'll be wonderful, Paul. Right, with that, all the best to everybody, and we look forward to next week. And let's hope it's going to be more guys on next week. We certainly hope so. So this is ZS6YI now closing the net, wishing everybody a very happy week. 7-3, guys.